My name is Maura Campbell, and this is my senior project. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Lauren Gaffney, and I'm here at Life Care Center of Neshoba Valley. I'm the Memory Support Unit Director.
Alrighty. Could you give me a quick background of what Alzheimer's looks like as a disease and how its progression happens?
Sure. It's actually a really terrible disease. It's the neural pathways in the brain break down, and so people, as they progress through this disease, it's almost like a reverse aging process. They go from a fully functioning, full human with an active life down to basically almost like an infant again, who eventually they're bedridden and they're unable to feed themselves or care for themselves. It's a horrible, horrible disease, both for the person with the disease and for their loved ones who have to watch it. They call it the long goodbye, because it's like losing your loved one over and over and over. It's just horrible.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got involved at Life Care?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I worked in business for way too long, and one day I came home, and my husband, because I was miserable and stressed out all the time, and one day I came home and I said, my husband asked, are you going to be this way forever? Or are we going to figure out something you like? And I kind of said, geez, I didn't know you could do that. So I looked around and decided I wanted to be an occupational therapist. So I went back to school and got my master's probably about 5 years ago. And since then, I've been working here at Life Care Center, first as an occupational therapist. And I loved working with the dementia population because I had a grandmother that had vascular dementia, and I saw all the problems and everything that happened with her. So it really made me very interested, so I made that my specialty here. And in January, this position became available, and they asked me to step into the role. And I'm so thrilled that I did. I can't believe I get paid to do what I do. I'm very lucky.
Thank you. How is Life Care different from other nursing homes? Like, is there a special thing that you guys try to do or anything?
I think from the minute you drive up, you can see we're different. When you drive down the pathway, we have our llamas, we have goats, we have chickens. We were recently on Chronicle talking about we're very resident-centered here. We really work hard as a team, everyone here, to make sure that patients get everything they need, and we work almost like a family together, and it's unique. I haven't worked anywhere else where you really have such support from everyone, from the person standing next to you washing the floors or to the woman that's at the top, Ellen. It's absolutely amazing. It's a fabulous place.
Do you want to talk about the memory support unit, like what determines who goes in it and stuff?
Sure. Our memory support unit, a lot of times, right now we have 27 beds, and they are all filled with women. We've had men in the past, but as we've had problems with people passing away, naturally it just kind of evolved into an all-female unit. Not to say that we wouldn't take a male, but right now it is all female. For someone to be on this unit, they need to have pretty advanced dementia, so they need someone to feed them, bathe them. They're no longer safe to do this on their own. They need 24-hour supervision because they don't have the cognitive understanding of what is safe and what isn't safe, and a lot of times the people on our unit aren't able to safely walk anymore. They need assistance with ambulation. There are a number of clinical tests that we use to determine if they're appropriate. But a lot of times family members will come to us and say, I'm just not able to care for my mother anymore. She has reached a state where it becomes a large burden on the family. There's a huge level of caregiver burnout. So a lot of times the family members themselves will start to become ill, because imagine having to care for your loved one 24/7 with no breaks at any time. So a lot of times that's one way we'll get referrals for the unit. The other is we'll get someone who was at home kind of just barely making it, and they'll fall and they'll fracture a hip or some other catastrophic event. we'll send them to the hospital, and then we determine, geez, this is really not a safe. You're not safe to be on your own, and then they'll come to us as well.
So what is your goal with patients once they've been admitted to the unit?
Well, our unit is different. When you have dementia, whether it's Alzheimer's or any other diagnosis of dementia, it's terminal. We deal with non-reversible dementia. There are some dementias which can be resolved because of medications or something along those lines, but we deal with Alzheimer's. It's a progressive terminal disease. So we could give them all sorts of services to try and make them better. We can't make them better at this point. What we can do is try and maintain them at the highest level possible as long as possible, and that's our goal. Because of the cognitive issues they have, I can't teach you how to wash yourself again, but I can allow you to do as much as you can, as long as you can, so you don't fully lose that right away. So it's kind of it's habilitation, not rehabilitation, and it's hard to get into that mindset at first. But once you're here and you realize that, geez, I can't make you better, but I can keep you here as long as I can, and that becomes a very fulfilling goal.
So, what are some activities that you do for them in their day-to-day?
Well, every day, we help get them up and dressed. Sometimes they get showers. We help them eat their breakfast or supervise them and give them cues, because some people aren't able to eat on their own anymore, so we'll work with them. And then throughout the day, we have a lot of really cool programming for them. We have musicians that come in just for them. We have, for the unit, we have a dog that's here most of the week. She's a retired greyhound, and the ladies love her. They all take care of her. We also will have the llamas come in every so often, which is funny. It's fun. They really enjoy that. But we also have, they're not able to cook anymore, but a lot of them love to bake and do those things. So we take an activity and break it down into smaller parts. So maybe you're not able to complete the whole task, but you can help us put all the ingredients in and mix them and pour. So we change what they did in their everyday life to make it so that they can still continue to use those skills. So we try and look to do things like that with them, so they can still enjoy part of the things they like.
So what are the different stages of people here?
Well, here there's early, middle, and late. Early, you'll just start to see they're having problems. Maybe they start to forget names. They have some issues with that. Middle stage is when you start to see some real problems where they may start to need help with their medications or their finances. We don't really see that here. We have mostly people that are late to end stage dementia. So in that stage, as I mentioned before, you can no longer care for yourself. Your safety is poor. A lot of times you're not able to walk anymore. And things that you would normally use to help you walk, like a walker or something along those lines, they don't know to use them because their long-term memory is still better than their short-term, and the things they're remembering, they didn't need a walker. So I can tell you 17 times, don't forget your walker, but they don't remember. So late stage, very late stage, usually they are unable to get out of bed without assistance. We help them get up. We'll still provide them tactile stimulation. We'll talk to them. We'll sing to them. We'll really try and do everything we can to still continue to stimulate the person that's in there. Mm-hmm. So we get all pretty much here on this unit. We get all late stage. So I think it's really a privilege to work with the late stage people, because we have these people that come here that have lived such rich lives, and I think we owe it to them as a society and as people to maintain their dignity, and everything we can do to continue to support them so they're as comfortable and happy as possible. Mm-hmm. And I really truly believe it's a privilege to be able to do that.
Um, and this unit is called a memory support unit and not an Alzheimer's unit. Can you talk a little bit about the other kind of dementias that are
Yep,
here?
there's some people have vascular dementia that comes when you have a series of insults to your brain where you're not getting enough oxygen, like from strokes. So that would be usually Alzheimer's, kind of more of a linear progression in losing your skills. The vascular would be almost like a step, because you would be going along at one level and then have a small stroke called a TIA, and then you'd lose some of your abilities. So it's more of a stair-step fashion. We also have some people that have Lewy body dementia. And also Parkinson's dementia. They can have some hallucinations and rigidity. And another type of dementia we have, and unfortunately, is Korsakov's dementia, where if you abuse alcohol over an extended period of time, you can also get dementia from that standpoint.
What would you say the hardest part of your day here is?
It's physically, there are jobs here that are very hard. And this can be a very physically demanding job. I think mentally, we really come to know and care for our residents. So it's very hard because no one here, it's a terminal unit. Everyone that comes on this unit is going to pass away eventually, and we really do become very close with them. And it's hard sometimes to see the people that you really come to love and care for going through the things that you go through with Alzheimer's. It's a very hard thing, and you have to learn how to provide the love and care that we do and still be able to function when they go on, and that can be very hard. But what we provide for the patients and for the family is amazing, and it makes it worthwhile. It's hard to see families struggling so much with someone that was vibrant and loving, and a lot of times they were the center of the family, and now they don't even recognize them, or they're exhibiting behaviors that are so far outside of what they would have normally done, and you see it really hurts them, and it's hard for them to deal with, and you wish you could take that all away for them, but you can't. It's hard.
What are some of your best memories here?
Oh gosh, we laugh so much. You wouldn't think that we would laugh, but the ladies, sometimes they'll come out with stuff. They're just so spot on and funny and loving and caring, and it's amazing. We laugh. We just have amazing memories. Or they have something called moments of lucidity, where you'll get that brief flash of where you see who this person was at once, and oh my gosh, it's so rewarding and so fulfilling, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So I would say those are some of the things, and you have to be able to laugh to get through this, and it's not laughing at the residents, it's truly laughing with them, and they'll say stuff and you're like, geez, you were so right on, and it's fun. They're really neat.
And my final question, there's been a lot about a search for a cure in the news, and that's what my project was on. Have you heard anything about that, or what do you think that could look like?
I think before we have a cure, we'll have something that's an early detection, so that we can stabilize people at one spot before there's actually a cure. Everybody's looking at plaques and tangles in the brain, and there's been a lot of different studies recently that show that plaques and tangles can start forming as early as teenager years. So I think they need to look a little more deeper into a wider range of what the disease is, rather than concentrating on that one space. I do think they're going to be able to come up with a medication that stabilizes the person before they come up with something that will cure it. I think there's a fair amount of media attention on it now, so would it be in the next 10 years? I would love to say yes. I'd love to be out of my job. Do I think it's more likely in the next 20 years? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe 20 years from now, but I don't think immediately. So.
Alrighty, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Welcome. No problem. No problem. It's my pleasure. It's been so nice to have somebody take an interest in what we do, because it's not a fun subject. It's not a fuzzy, fun thing. It can be really scary, and to have you interested, Love it.
All right.
Keep with it.